I got into crypto because I didn't want to empower governments. And
Yeah.
now, and so I'm gonna get back to privacy in a second. So I get into crypto. I don't want to empower governments. I moved to Puerto Rico because I don't want the products of my labor to empower a big government.
Yeah.
And so then crypto goes along, and we create a system that is filled with holes in terms of interoperability, to the point where we're now empowering governments like North Korea, which I'm not a fan of. If it was empowering the people of North Korea, I wouldn't feel as bad. But we're literally funding that government with our ability, with our failure to be robust against exploitation and hacks and so forth, and just scams and the custody and all that empowers folks like that. We also empower the American government by creating custodial systems where they can just take it, and then they sell it, right? And so I didn't get into crypto for that. And here we are, still empowering governments with millions and millions of dollars worth of crypto. And so that's why I'm liking the Divi Side Chain methodology there. It makes a rock solid bond between the main chain and all the utility want to do. There's no hackable bridge. That's important.
Yeah.
Now, privacy kind of like we're talking about, let's say full privacy, where you just can't you can't know who
anonymity
did what,
then.
right?
Let's move to that
let's
point.
call
it's
it anonymity. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say it bothers me. It bothers me because I'm now not I may be in fact being empowering governments. We'll never know. And then we're definitely empowering bad guys. Like that's not even a question. I think it's about half of all ransomware is now done on Monero, because they smartened up, realizing Bitcoin was bad for doing that stuff. So like it bothers me on my moral side that this empowers that. However, almost everything that I think people should have, including free speech and guns, also empowers bad guys. So it's in terms of these kind of networks that allow purely anonymous kind of transactions, it's just a thing. Like, I have to remind myself that that the thing is good. It's a tool, right? And people use tools for bad things. And where I get to is like, if it weren't better, easier, or whatever to do the bad thing, then people would be less prone to do the bad thing. So like in terms of drugs or anything like that, like, why are those illegal? That's what's encouraging the bad thing, not crypto, right? If they're not selling drugs,
people do bad things because they want to do bad things, is what you're saying. And whatever.
No, I'm saying
and
people
whatever
do bad things because it's easier to do it that way than it is to comply, or even because there's a demand for things that are illegal.
We three have differing opinions on that, but anyway, it's
I'm sure there's some people, I think it's a tiny minority of people who do bad things just to do bad things. I think a lot of people are doing bad things because there's a demand for drugs.
Path. It's an easier path.
That's an easier path.
I agree with that.
And
but I think it's a side topic, though, compared to what we were mentioning. It is actually interesting, because what you're talking about is actually those models where basically it's completely opaque. And obviously, I think I totally align with you on that. It's like everything, right? Yeah, it can be used for good or bad, but I think it is not a fight for now. I think that now the fight, and I think we talked about that during the news segment.
Yeah.
I think the fight for now is sovereignty over your financial transaction and financial assets. And then we can look into if we can move forward toward a complete privacy or anonymity.